Well, welcome to the Board Game Network. This is James. I'm going to be showing you how to play this game called The Blood of the Englishman. Blood of an Englishman. It's put out by Renegade. It's a neat little game. You've got a deck of 50 cards, and you shuffle, deal 5 stacks of 10 cards each. So you just deal across until you got 5 beanstalks. This game is about Jack and the Beanstalk. You have a giant. This is a 2-player game. You've got Jack and you've got the giant. You both have reference cards for each one of you. And it's an asymmetrical game. You both can do different things. So Jack, on his very first turn, he can take any one card out of the 5 beanstalks and move it to anywhere he wants to move it. And one of the suggestions, if you don't know what you're doing, would be to take a giant card, a fee, fi, fo, or fum card, and just move it to the back. Because the giant can't get to the cards back at the top of the stack, whereas Jack can. Okay, so Jack gets 3 different actions each turn. And so his choice are move a card from the front to the front. So he's just taking one card and sliding it over to a different stack. Moving from the back to the front. So he's taking a card from the back, the top of a beanstalk, and moving it to the front. And it has to be the same beanstalk if he's doing that one. It does not say that on the reference card, but it does in the rules. Okay, front to a beanstalk. Now Jack is building a beanstalk, and see there's numbers in the upper left hand corner. He has to build in ascending order, and his beanstalk has to be 6 cards tall, and then he will put either gold or a goose or a harp. There's 2 of each at the top of his beanstalk. And so like if I wanted to go now, I could, as Jack, go, well, this is a 1, here's a 3, here's a 4. Now that's going up in ascending order, skipped a couple of numbers, that's okay. You just want to make sure that you've got enough numbers that you can get, the numbers are from 1 to 9 out here. You have to get a beanstalk that's 6 tall before you put one of the other ones on it. So your options are front to front, back to front, front to beanstalk, or back to beanstalk. There was a 4 back here. I could have pulled that one just as easy as I could have pulled the front one. Okay, so that would be Jack's 3 actions. Then the giant goes, and here's the things the giant can do. He can move exactly 4 cards from the front to the front. So he can move a whole 4 cards, and he takes all 4 of them and slides them to a different beanstalk. He can move 2 cards individually front to front. So he could go, there's 1, there's 2. Any stacks he wants to, the front card to the front card. He can discard any single beanstalk card anywhere in the castle stacks. So he could just pull a card out and discard it out of the game. And then that one's not in there anymore. So the giant only gets 1 of those 3 things to do. Whereas Jack got 3 actions, the giant gets 1 action. But one of his actions is to move 2 cards separately. So that's the only time he can move 2 separate cards. Okay, and the giant wins by either a horizontal win, which means he gets the fee. Here's fee, fi, fo, and fum cards in here, these red banner ones. There's 2 of each, and he needs to have fee, fi, fo, and fum across the 5. So he needs, on the very front card of 5 stacks, he needs 4 of those cards in any order. He can also win vertically by having fee, fi, fo, and fum all together on a stack with nothing in between them. He can also win by by discard by making it impossible for Jack to finish a beanstalk. Now, how can that happen? Well, let's say Jack has 5 cards up here and his top card is an 8, and the giant has discarded all the 9s out of the stacks. Well, then Jack couldn't win then, because he didn't leave enough space to put a higher number there. Now, when the giant is discarding, he is discarding beanstalk cards, not any cards. So he cannot be picking gold cards out and discarding them, because those aren't beanstalk cards. There's no beanstalk on them. So that's how you play the game called The Blood of an Englishman, put out by Renegade Games. It's a fun little game. You know, it's very quick to play, a 20-minute game or less. Very simple concept. And I would have to play it another 20 or 30 times to see if I can see if I think one side is more powerful or easier to play than another side or something. But with it being asymmetrical, not having the same actions, it makes it for a very unique game, and very interesting to try to get to where you can win. You're winning victory conditions. The longer the game goes, the stronger the giant gets, because his cards, his fee fi fum cards, are coming down towards the front typically, because Jack is taking cards off of the stacks, and the giant cannot pull stuff from the back. So if something's up here, the only way he has to get to it is to move forward a time off the stack to try to get up to it. So that is The Blood of an Englishman. Make sure you tune in to all of our videos here at the Board Game Network and subscribe so you can learn how to play games like this Renegade game, The Blood of an Englishman.